Hello, my name is Justin Ramirez, and for this research project, I decided to talk about the Mexican American War. The Mexican American War is also known as the Mexican War, and in Mexico it is known as the Guerra de 1847 and Guerra de Estados Unidos de Mexico. This war was fought between 1846 and 1848, more specifically April of 1846 and February of 1848. It was fought between Mexico and the United States. The President of the United States at the time was James K. Polk. James K. Polk was convinced that the United States of America was meant to spread from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, or from sea to shining sea as the song goes. This belief is called Manifest Destiny. Manifest Destiny was the cause of an abundant amount of pain and suffering, for example, the Native Americans and the Trail of Tears. The Mexican American War was won by the United States, and it cost Mexico one third or 500,000 square miles of its territory. This was a devastating loss for Mexico, and the pain is still felt by Mexicans today. In fact, Cuauhtémoc Cárdenas Solórzano and Guillermo Amdan Castro wished to sue the United States in Mexico's name because, in many people's opinions, Mexico was robbed of its territory. This war has been called, and I quote, the most unjust war ever waged by a stronger against a weaker nation. Before the Mexican American War, California, New Mexico, Arizona, and some parts of Utah and Colorado were part of Mexico. Texas declared its independence from Mexico on March 2nd, 1836, and was annexed into the United States on December 29th, 1845. Before its annexation, there was a lot of tension between Mexico and the United States because Mexico threatened the United States with war if they accepted Texas. So, after its annexation, James K. Polk wanted to try to fix the dispute of where the border ended because the United States claimed that it ended at the Rio Grande, while Mexico claimed that it ended at the Nueces River. So therefore he sent John Slidell to try to negotiate with Mexico, along with trying to buy California and New Mexico, but he was not allowed to talk to the Mexican president, who was Jose Joaquin de Herrera. So Slidell left furious. And when President James K. Polk heard of this, he ordered General Zachary Taylor to advance to the Rio Grande. The first battle of the Mexican American War was the Battle at Palo Alto on May 8, 1846. This battle occurred after Mexican cavalry ambushed an American patrol on April 25th of that same year. Other battles of the Mexican American War include Battle of Monterrey, Battle of Buena Vista, Battle of Cerro Gordo, Battle for Mexico City, and the Battle of Chapultepec. Now I'd like to talk about Los Niños Héroes, or the Boy Heroes in English. At the Battle of Chapultepec, American troops marched on Chapultepec and Chapultepec Castle, and Chapultepec Castle held a military school. General Scott and his troops planned to conquer the castle before they took control of the city. After entering the castle, the American troops faced Mexican troops that would do anything to protect their country. And six young boys made a choice that wrote them down as heroes in Mexico. One of these boys, rather than letting the American troops defile his country's flag, wrapped himself with it and jumped to his death with his five other cadets after shouting Viva Mexico, Viva el Colegio Militar, or Long live Mexico, long live the military academy. These six teenagers were Juan de la Barrera, Juan Exuita, Francisco Marquez, Agustín Melgar, Fernando Montes de Oca, and Vicente Suárez. Some important people of the Mexican American War include General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, President James K. Polk, and General Zachary Taylor. Santa Anna served as president slash dictator of Mexico about 11 times between the years 1833 and 1855. He was in contact with President Polk during his exile in Cuba. He managed to convince Polk that he would seize power in Mexico and give the United States what they wanted. And he did not do that. Although he did seize power, he tried to win the war, but he was defeated in Mexico City in 1847. James K. Polk was the 11th President of the United States, and as I said before, he believed in manifest destiny. And during his presidency, America gained the land that made it reach from sea to sea. General Zachary Taylor was ordered by President James K. Polk to gather troops in Louisiana after Mexico sent some troops to the Rio Grande. He was called Old, Rough, and Ready. Although attack from guerrillas still occurred, the war was officially over on February 2nd, 1848, when the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was finally signed. And although the war was fought over Texas, Mexico ended up seceding California and its northern territories to the United States. Now for some fun facts. Just days before Mexico seceded California to the United States, gold was discovered there. So Mexico did not just lose a lot of land, but all the gold that was located there. And during the Mexican American War, one of the greatest medicine advances was made. Ether, or ether, whichever way you prefer, was being used by surgeons as a sleep inducer, and although it had side effects, it was better than treating patients by holding them down and hearing them in constant pain. So that is all I have for the Mexican American War. Thank you for watching.